Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Najwan Azka Dermawan from SMP MBS ZAM-ZAM CILONGOK. Today, I want to tell a story about the origin of the capital city of East Java, Surabaya. Once upon a time, in the northern part of East Java, there lived a scary giant crocodile. The name of the crocodile was Paya. He lived in the river and he was very good at hunting. So all of the animals in the jungle were afraid of him. In the sea, there lived a wild shark named Sura. He ruled the sea and everyone was scared of him. However, Sura felt bored because he ate fish every day. He was curious about the river near the sea. One day, he decided to go to the river. At the side of the river, a deer was drinking water. Sura felt hungry, so he swam silently to the edge and jumped to catch the deer. Sura was happy to get such delicious food. After eating the deer, Sura became addicted. The next day, he hunted back on the river and got a lot of food. After a couple of days, Paya became disbelieving because it was harder and harder for him to find prey. He started investigating what was happening. Paya saw Sura catching a little monkey in the river and he became angry. Hey Sura, what are you doing here? This is my territory. How dare you snatch my prey? Sura was not afraid of Paya. He challenged Paya to a fight. Hey Paya, I can look for food anywhere I want. It's not just your territory here. All animals are free to hunt here. They started to fight. Because both of them were strong, the fight was very long. All of the animals in the forest were disturbed by the fight. They couldn't sleep. After fighting for 4 days, the two wild animals were exhausted. No one won and no one lost because both of them were equally strong. Sura, we better end this fight as soon as possible. I'm too tired. So am I, Paya. Let's end this battle, but we need to limit our hunting area. The end of the river is the limit. Don't break the line or you will face the consequences. Okay, Paya, I accept this agreement. Sura finally left the river and returned to the sea. For a month, the forest calmed down. There were no fight between Sura and Paya, but Sura felt uneasy. There were a lot of fish in the sea, but it wasn't enough for him. He couldn't bear it, so he swam quietly to the mouth of the river. Unfortunately, no prey approached the mouth of the river. Sura was tired of waiting, and he swam up to the river near the forest. This time, he would be careful not to be caught by Paya. I will catch the prey immediately and bring it to the sea, so Paya won't see me. The plan was successful. For months, Sura hunted in the river without being discovered. Over time, Paya became disbelieving because again, his prey was reduced. This time, he didn't see Sura in the river, but he believed this was Sura's doing. This must be Sura. Watch out, Sura. Then, Paya prepared a plan. Paya found a deer but didn't catch it right away instead. He hurt the deer's leg and put it on the edge of the river. Paya hid and watched the situation. A short time later, Sura swam up the river and saw the injured deer. He felt excited because the deer was fed. Wow, lucky me! Today I'll have a feast. As he was about to bring the deer to the sea, suddenly Paya approached him. You are surely a stubborn and shameless Sura. How pretty you are! Imagine the fish in the sea are abundant, but you are still hunting in my area. Paya, if you want, you can hunt in the sea too. I don't mind it. Sura replied lightly and dragged the deer to the sea. Paya got angry, then attacked Sura. Wait, what do you think you bring that deer? To the sea. I left it there. Bring it back. I caused the deer to trap you. Well, it's mine now. Do you forget our agreement? This river is my territory. No way. If there is water, there is me. This agreement is ridiculous. Okay, then our agreement is cancelled. Now, the strongest one has the right to rule this area. Suddenly, Baya attacked Surah, and the fight couldn't be prevented. This time, it was even more exciting. No one dared to approach them. Surah always dodged his attacks, and Baya became annoyed. When Surah was off guard, Baya managed to bite his tail. Ah, my tail! It's so painful! Both of them were in pain and seriously injured. However, Baya did not despair. He continued to bite until Surah's tail was cut off. Surah was in so much pain, he ran away to the sea, leaving Baya alone. Since then, Surah didn't dare to approach the river. He no longer had a tail, so he couldn't swim as hard as he once had. To remember the fierce fight, the area where two animals fought was called Surabaya. It is from Surah, the name of the shark, and Baya, the name of the crocodile. People also create the icon of Surabaya city based on the word between. From this story, we learn that as a human, we should not be greedy and we must keep our promises. I hope you enjoy my story. And last but not least, I will sing a famous pop song about Surabaya. 3, 2, 1, go! Surabaya, Surabaya, oh Surabaya. Kota kenangan, takkan terlupa. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.